Hello everyone and welcome to episode 6 of Dead Space, and we are here right at the top of chapter 11 where our current goal is to... The marker's been dragged down to cargo bay. I have to get it back. The main access to cargo is via the hangar. I just hope that there's enough time. Now, we've also crafted the master... I should probably check. The master access key. And if we see any opportunities to use that, I'd love to do it. But I don't think we're very likely to go on a grand adventure. That one goes to medical. Can I see medical from here? I know that we can change floor. I don't know if we can see... Oh, wait. Here we can. Okay, that's communications hub. Hold on. Whoops. This is engineering. Okay, I would like to, move over here. I do not anticipate a long walkabout on all of the different areas that we might possibly be able to go to. But however, hold on, here is in mining, floor 6, we can see one of those doors. Would it be a big deal to get here? I guess part of it is I cannot set a custom... Yeah, I think it would take a really long time to find our way there. I am a little bit curious, though. Is that the tram station? Oh, it's actually just next to the tram station. Let's try to go there. Because the last one that we opened up was pretty good.
Mining engineering.
This is the entire length of the ship, by the way. Really going on book here.
Mr. Clark, we're approaching the hangar bay. We'll meet you there with the marker.
Yes, Amelia Sue. We'll send the hive mind back into the darkness.
So glad you gave that guy our only escape shuttle. Shit, Isaac. Those things you've killed, their biomass is pulled down in cargo bay. It's recombined itself into... Well, it's something huge, and the marker's embedded right in the middle. How the hell do we do this?
I've got the Ishimura's cargo cranes. They can move half a bay of mining gear, no problem. If whatever's down there wants to wrestle for the marker, I'm in.
Override the safeties, and yes, it might work. But hurry. We're losing critical systems fast.
Alright, here's mining operations. I don't feel like the Ishimura is doing very well. Yeah, no, it's right around the corner.
Deck evacuation protocols are in effect. Logging security card.
Currently, episode 11 is where I learned that you can switch maps. Okay, contact energy. Not the best of things, but not unwelcome.
Security card.
Oh, a weapon upgrade. Look at this. This was 100% worth coming back for. That's a free node. I have to say, that does make me highly motivated to find the others. There weren't a lot of things that we needed the master override for. But if we're going to find weapon upgrades, I feel like it's worth the effort. Let's see, though, once we're faced with the reality of getting there, might change mind. Alright, let's check our map. Interesting, I held it down that time and it went to them. It doesn't matter. It so rarely goes to the map when you hold it down. Let's... I don't see anything there. And nothing on any of those other floors. So here's hydroponics. Let's just take a quick gander through hydroponics. We'll see if there's anything worth picking up. No, no. And the thing is, there's individual boxes, I know. I can't possibly try to find those. However, if we see any more starred doors, those we might go check out. Oh, and actually there is a box there. Hold on, this is in floor 1 of hydroponics. How close is that to the tram station? That's food storage. This is the tram station. I'm going to say that it's probably not far. Let's go to the hydroponics tram station.
Hydroponics. Now arriving at hydroponics.
Okay, the whole game, you hold down back and it doesn't go into the map, even though it sort of introduced that, and now it does. So we want to go up 1 floor. So let me go down a floor, and we will take, well, this elevator down at the end of this hall. Hopefully it's close. Okay, should have held down, but it's fine. Yeah, this is right down the hall. And I think that there's a shop and a bench here.
To all survivors. Back. It's all gone. Everything we can.
So I thought that that was a swarm of the little guys at first.
That monster.
Just a quick explanation as to why I played that so badly. These guys want to drop some health. Be okay with it. No. How are we doing on health then? Oh, actually, we've got a bunch. Not maybe necessarily enough to make up for the mistakes, but... Okay, so I want to go... Oops. This is the way.
Logging security card.
Line gun upgrade. Well, the line gun could use an upgrade, to be frank. This room was not locked, so I don't have a good explanation on to why I missed that stuff. I guess I just wasn't being very attentive at the moment. All right, is there a bench around? That, I think, goes to mining. And that is, for some reason, locked. Oh, wait, there's a shop, though. So as far as I know, there's nothing more to buy. I think I'm going to buy one more node to put into something. And then from our inventory, we're going to store. I don't really want to put this away. We've got lots of Ripper Blades, and then what are these? Flamethrower fuels, line racks, contact energy. This we can sell. And then, of course, I'm not going to sell the weapon upgrades. Not that I even think that you can. Okay. Let's save this baby up. Okay, I'm going to take one last look here. So far, the master level unlocks have been well worth it. Hangar, This is where we're headed. Flight deck. Nothing that I see. Medical. Hold on, let's scroll around a little bit. Wow, a level 1 door in medical. I'm not going to worry about that too much, but if we see something else... No. Level 3 door in medical. And then another level 3 door in medical. How about we go to medical? Because I need to find a bench anyway. Let's see what we find there. And if we could open up the 2 level 3 doors, I don't care about that. Leave me alone. Go. Oh, fuck. This time it is the little popcorn guys. Well, popcorn guys don't drop any items, so I don't regret running past them. I was sort of thinking, is it really wise to not be killing one of the babies? Fuck! Okay. Where are we going? Medical?
Medical.
Do not intend for this to be a grand scavenger hunt, but if we're opening up these doors and they're leading us straight to weapon upgrades and large medical packs and other things, I feel like that's really, really helpful before we're going to go into the... What is it called? The hangar bay, where apparently there's a giant mass of self-replicating necrotic flesh.
Now arriving at medical.
Okay, I feel no qualms about throwing down a quick save here. I gotta say that on the grand pantheon of ideas, I wouldn't have minded if they let you set custom waypoints. Wait, so I want to go yes to this way. I also think I could use a top off of my stasis energy. This is not the correct way. I need this off the screen. The risk of walking around with the map up. I'm honestly surprised that the corporation here doesn't charge for stasis refills. Oh, sure, Miner. We'd be happy to refill that for you. We'll just dock your pay. I know that we're not actually working for Weyland-Yutani. It just feels that way sometimes. Sorry, I want to go not here. I want to go that way. Fuck. Okay, unfuck. We made it. We solved the detour puzzle. Are we... Oh. Okay, for a second I was like, wait a second, could I have just used kinesis to get through all of that? Okay, another weapon upgrade. You guys, I'm simply not going to feel self-conscious about the time that I'm taking here. This seems like an extremely reasonable thing. Is that a thing? No, that's just a blinky light. And a janitor's pail. Just put that right there. Believe me, the janitors who visit this ship are gonna need a lot of pails. Okay. There was one other, but I'm sort of targeting the ones that are really easy to get. There is a bench nearby. I probably walked right by it. Sorry, we're on... Where are we? Medical? The level 1 door, I'm not sure that I can be bothered with. If we happen to be walking right past it, for sure, but otherwise... And then down on the first floor. So if we get down to the first floor, we would have actually a bunch of stuff. Where's my closest down, do we think? Oops. Hold on. That goes somewhere else. Okay, there's a down over here-ish. Sorry, that's what happens when you see that legend pops up. That's because I am attempting to sprint with the map open, and that opens the legend instead. Alright. So here's this. Let's see where this goes, and if it's not taking us down, yeah, I feel like we're gonna get lost in a maze here. Where is this now? Okay. I feel like trying to figure out which of these cargo lifts goes up or down to which floor, that seems like a bit too much. So I think that we'll probably be on our way. We will look at the cargo lift in this next room. What I really want is a master elevator. Well, what I really want is not this sound. I honestly don't know if it's dead. It stopped moving awfully quickly, and yes, I did shoot it with one of the spears, but I didn't trust it. Okay. I would like to go forward. Oh, wait, it was... Okay, wandering around is only going to whittle away my health and sanity. We've got one more shot at this. I'm looking for an elevator here-ish. Boy, does this look like it only goes up. This only goes up. Okay, we are now officially at the end of searching medical. Between here and the tram station, I would love to find a bench. And I don't see one. That's fine. I feel like we're good on stasis recharge. Okay, if we had a save station, yeah, let's just save in what we've done. Okay, to the hangar bay. This way. There's 100% chance that I do need to find a bench, but I just have confidence that we'll see one between here and the next major crisis that we have.
Flight deck tram control. Now arriving at flight deck tram control.
I swear to God, so much of this game was spent holding that button, and whatever it does, I just can't get over it. Why now? Why in episode 11 does it do the thing that it's supposed to do? Okay, multiple upgrades is the good news. Line gun, contact beam. 6 nodes, you guys, and we can get more if we sell some of our stasis pods. So I really only want hit points. Well, maybe duration. Let's take the duration for the stasis mod. So, the stasis ability. But I'm going to risk that we will make do with the air that we have. For the plasma cutter. Reload. Capacity I don't hate. But it's all capacity here, and I feel like damage is going to be better on the whole. Pulse rifle. Pulse rifle, we can do multiple damage upgrades. At least this one. We're going to take that one. We do reload and damage there. I've got 4 nodes left. If we go down here, greatly increases damage capacity. Sorry, ammunition capacity. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can get 2 caps on the way past to get to that. This would greatly increase, obviously, the amount of ammo in the gun, so we don't have to carry as many pods. The Ripper. What does this do? Additional ricochet. Could not possibly care less. The next damage upgrade is 3 away. I think that we take a pass on that. Flamethrower. Damage is 3 away. We can go up to capacity. Damage is 3 away. Or damage is 2 away. Now, I don't care about reload. I'm not sure that I care about damage on the flamethrower either. Let's pencil in possibly 2 for flamethrower. Line gun. What's this one down here? Greatly increased laser trap damage. Well, I haven't used the laser trap. This could definitely use some more damage. And then the contact beam, which I've really never used. But we could get a... What's SFD? Secondary fire damage. I feel like I'm not going to use that. Force gun. Okay, let's grab the damage here. Because that's only 1 move away. Alright, I've got 3 left. So what were we saying? Was it plasma cutter? No, it was pulse rifle. So I can no longer get to the greatly increase there, but if we do reload capacity, then maybe we'll sell enough stuff to get another node by the end. So we'll do reload, capacity. And then hopefully next deal we'll do that, and then we can really max out the ammo. Just double checking here and here and here, and then let's actually put in the pulse rifle. Okay, that is already fully reloaded. So what was the other thing that I had in there? The force gun? Okay. Oh, and there's a save point right here. Yeah, let's lock those in. Okay, what is my best bet to not... pop this guy? Can I cut off his legs? Can I cut off his arms? Okay, does he not pop? This might be the first one in the entire game that we didn't have to then flamethrower a bunch of guys. But then I don't get anything out of him. Oh! Okay.
Warning. Multiple system failures detected. Unable to reroute critical functions.
Okay, we can stomp it. I thought if I stomped it, the little popcorns would come out. That was two separate blades. I had intended to shoot one, but I don't think I did before it ran down. Hold on, I can't see. Okay, I was actually trying to not pop that. Sorry, just trying to not get stung. Did that work? Are you dead? Yeah, sometimes these guys go down super easy, and sometimes I feel like...
Login security card.
Force gun upgrade. Okay, we're gonna have to visit a bench again. Not that I thought that we were gonna make it to the end of the chapter without one, but now we have extra motivation. Yeah, sometimes the wall guys go down super easy, and sometimes I feel like I have to empty like half a tank of petroleum into them. Hold on. I kind of like for these... Stop. Okay, stop. The pulse cannon, because it feels like it takes very few bullets. Not even really convinced that this does anything when I hit somebody with it, but it feels good. Hold on, I dropped that. So, that was the alternate fire, because I thought I had the... what's it called out? Plasma cutter. Okay. Way too many shots. Yeah, what was it? Proximity mine? That's what I shot him with, which I can't complain about the results. I mean, it worked really well. It's just, for some reason, I thought I had plasma cutter out. Oh my. I just pressed B. I think I just used a heavy... Oh, you guys. I'm actually tempted to reload that. Whew. Okay, let's assume it wasn't as bad as I think it was, because I think I just used a very heavy medikit for no reason. I really want to pick that up. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that it should bring up a confirmation window when you press the heal me right now button or I'm gonna die. I'm more upset at my own inability to not press the medikit button when I don't need it. It's 100% a problem of the person holding the controller. Okay, so what do we like? Activate bridge. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so the bridge goes up for a moment. This will probably come into play later since it doesn't seem to do anything right now. Engage the cargo crane. Oh, you know what? Hold on, I think that we definitely have to shoot these pustules. Here I am thinking that I'm keeping a good eye out for them, and then I don't. And these are... Oh, no, they are lockers. Why am I not opening these? Well, that elevator surely goes somewhere. I have no idea what that is. What's Peng? I want more Peng. Apparently. I am informed that I want more Peng. Is this like just an Oscar? You just get to have an extra prize? Well, let's bench it up while we have a moment, because we picked up an upgrade. Let's look at our force gun. Oh, we've got 2 upgrades. Force gun upgrades. Well, with 2 points we can get to another point of damage, or gravity wells last much longer. I have not used any gravity well. I do like damage a lot. I like damage on every single weapon that we can put it on. Suit, I feel like we've come to the end of our road with. Plasma cutter, but it was pulse rifle specifically. I wanted to vastly increase damage capacity, or ammunition capacity. I keep saying damage. Let's grab this. And then... for the force gun, let's build out as though we're going to get to damage, because if we do that, then we've got some great damage options. Okay, do we have a destination in mind? This is the cargo crane room.
Emergency. All personnel proceed to your designated safe zone immediately.
Okay, not yet, but let's save. Okay, quick save done. We gotta still find the cargo crane. Which is... okay, well, this at least says down. That's a good point in the right direction. But here it's just look around. So, do we see anything that looks like a crane? Oh, this thing. That looks like a crane. So where do we find controls for this?
Cargo loader activated. Warning. Shipment 782 is misaligned. Retrieval may be delayed. Warning. Maximum weight load exceeded. Cable stress is beyond safe operating limits. Crane malfunction imminent.
Come on, come on!
Oh, I hear something coming up behind me. This guy's right on my ass. Hold on a second. Now he dies. Perfect.
Still in one piece.
Oh.
Access bridge is obstructing transfer.
Okay, now we know why we want to raise the bridges. Oh, boy! Hold on.
Caution. Access bridge is obstructing transfer.
Wait, that's money. I don't want to shoot the money at him. He can get his own money.
Access bridge is obstructing transfer.
Hold on. Boy, is this too many bullets to not pop the popcorn guys.
Access bridge is obstructing transfer.
Okay. Honestly, don't feel good about the amount of ammo that also.
Caution. Access bridge is obstructing transfer.
What? Hold on. What do I shoot at this guy? Oh, fuck. No. Well, no part of this is going well. Okay, everybody fuck off. Jesus Christ. Just the most unceremonious
All
death.
personnel proceed to your designated safe zone immediately.
I feel like we're gonna go really scorched earth this time. I'm tired of getting jumped.
Shipment 782 is misaligned. Retrieval may be delayed.
And we don't get to just keep these up, right? Like, there's probably a cooldown to stop them from...
Load exceeded.
I hear sounds, but at the moment, I just want to stay on the move.
Cable stress is beyond safe operating limits. Crane malfunction imminent.
Come on, come on!
man. Totally missed that shot.
Caution. Access bridge is obstructing transfer.
I want to stomp the baby, but in my experience, it does so little damage, and the baby tentacles come out and, like, lash. Oh my god, with the baby. Get down! No, look, he's still kicking. Okay, if there's any health, it's just that baby took so many plasma shots. Yeah, okay, that's a little better. Super annoying, by the way.
Access bridge is obstructing transfer.
All right, come back over here then, tentacle. Wait, are you alive? Fuck. Are you kidding? What is still alive, though? Hold on.
Emergency. Internal hull breach detected.
I want... Oh my gosh, with the baby.
Caution. Access bridge is obstructing
It
transfer.
simply should not take 6 to 8 shots to kill a baby with 3 tentacles.
Warning. Multiple
And what I'm
system
saying there is that, like,
detected.
my aim should be 1,000 times better than it is, especially at this time in the game. B? I think we just B it.
Caution.
Okay, what are we doing here?
Access bridge is obstructing transfer.
Don't hit me. But come back up.
Caution. Access bridge is obstructing transfer.
Time out for 1 second. Let's just get everybody reloaded here.
Access bridge is obstructing transfer.
Until another tentacle comes up, I think that maybe we switch back to force gun, especially against these, like, clusters of enemies. I feel like it'd be really good.
I'm reading a cargo transfer to the hangar bay.
The marker. Good work, Mr. Clark. On our way.
Kine, your flight path goes by airlock 19. I can get there from the computer core.
A pickup. Yes, we'll be there.
Can you make it to the airlock alone?
No movement on the cameras. I'm just gonna run for it. Wish me luck.
Meet kind at the hangar bay. I would very much like to save it. That was a rough fight. I didn't do especially well, but I also don't think I'm going to do better on the next attempt. So let's get ourselves to a camera point. I didn't get anything worth benching.
Structural integrity compromised.
Also, really didn't use enough stasis there, but... I just want to look at my health kit situation. I really feel like I burned a large at some point. Maybe 2. I don't feel good about that. I feel like I burned 2 larges, and one of them I don't think was at a good point. Just look at our map very quickly. We started this episode by finding some extra upgrades that were hidden around, but I don't see anything in the immediate area.
Fuck, it's my brother. On the monitor, he's right by the airlock.
Don't let this place get to you. Kendra, we're out of time.
He's not there. I can make it if I run.
Wait, have we ever been to this floor? Hold on, have I been to this bathroom? Yes, okay. But interestingly, we will be going through a couple rooms that we've not been through. Oh, this is where we ever came in. At least, I think this is the room. Let's save it again.
Hazardous anomaly detected. Quarantine activated.
Did he die? Okay. Nope! Fuck! Gotta say, that was a good trick. Okay, I gotta say, the ricochet we saw there, where it went floor to ceiling and cut him up some on both trips, that was good. That is teaching me to care more about ricochet bounces.
Quarantine lifted.
Also, that's just super cool. It's really awesome. I think we put down another save, to be honest. Don't see any reason to do that again. Okay, yeah, this is where the what's-it-called chip came when we were first here. When we first arrived.
Clearance confirmed.
What? That locker was empty? Why did they lock it? I mean, I know it's in the name, but if you're not currently using it, be a friend and just leave the door unlocked. That way, if there's a crisis, we don't waste our time going in there.
Mr. Clark, your colleague's safely on board.
My name is Kendra Daniels. Stand by, Isaac. He's bringing the shuttle in now. Isaac, we can't run the automated loading controls. Must be the damage to the ship.
We're losing time. The hive mind is down there.
Kind, relax. I'll turn off the gravity in the hangar, then I can load the marker by hand.
All right. No, don't worry, Amelia. They understand.
Jesus.
The Ishimura is more damaged than we thought. The hangar systems aren't functioning. I need to position the marker under the shuttle manually for loading.
Entering zero gravity.
Now, earlier in the game, we went through this entire hangar very carefully to find any boxes or other things that we could get. That's not to say that we're not going to find that it is restocked with goodies, though. Oh, and also some of them might not have been openable back at the time. We do have a higher level of clearance. Let me just take a quick look around before we get real busy with that. These doors are open. Let me just see if there's anything at all that we can do with this circuit breaker. Loading shutter. Well, I mean, let's leave it on cargo rail tracks first, because I think that we have to move the marker and then open the loading shutter. Okay, that rotates that. That rotates that. And that rotates that. But what I'm not yet... Oh, hold on. There's definitely stuff down here. And lots of it, including a power core. Anything else cool in here? I mean, obviously the power core, but we'll be right back for that. And I don't really know where it's going. Oh, this is the marker. Okay, probably don't stand in the way of the machinery. I don't think that the Ishimura is OSHA compliant. Probably not going to stop for Isaac Clarke's fleshy meat body. Well, I don't want to be here anymore. I really hate these babies. Okay, the marker is there, so we need to rotate the thing there. Come on. And then probably rotate it so that it's going over to the left. Okay, hold on. Let's rotate this so that it's straight. Is this stuck or is it going forward? Looks like it's okay. Oh, I just want him dead. Okay, and I rotated that wrong, but I think we're going to rotate it twice again.
There it is. The marker.
The safeties are still on. I need to restore gravity before we can load it.
Hurry, please.
So, this just raises one more question. What is this power core for? This power core is in the room that gave us the marker. Like, there's either going to be a power port in this room or nearby that I couldn't power on before. Either that or the game is just introducing puzzle pieces for puzzles that don't exist. And yeah, not really a puzzle, but we all get it. Let me check the map very quickly, because sometimes they'll be on the map. Only the one that we know about. Interesting. Okay. Well, then I guess we won't worry about it. I'm glad I checked here, though. Got $100 out of this. Anything else? Keep an eye out for green and orange lights. At this stage in Isaac Clarke's scavenging career, they mean the same thing. Playing this game reminds me that the development team that created Hard Space Shipbreaker got, like, all the rights to their product. So they've said, hey, new things are going to be coming in the Hard Space Shipbreaker franchise. I'm extremely excited for that. I've been told that it kind of, you know, they conceptually consider it to be inside of the Homeworld universe. I hope that they conceptually decide to change their minds on that. Oh yeah, well, we sort of thought, we took some inspiration from that, but now we've decided to do our own thing. Because I just feel like them having full creative control over their product is for the best. So I don't know what this core does. I'm going to grab it. And we'll just put it over here so that we know where it is, I hope. But no, man, if they took Hard Space Shipbreaker and they had, like, pulling apart crafts of, like, the size of the Ishimura, where you had to, like, decommission separate systems in separate, is this the loading shutter? Is this what I want to do? He said turn the gravity back on, but I figured I wanted to do that. If it's important, I wanted to do it now. Oh, no, that opens up this room. Okay, well, look at this. There is a thing that I can get. For anybody that doesn't know, Hard Space Shipbreaker is an excellent puzzle game where it's not about putting together a puzzle, but about taking one apart very carefully. And it's not really a puzzle game. It's like, it just sort of has something in there where it's a little bit of problem solving on how I'm going to pull this complex spaceship apart to get the maximum amount of salvage out of it. And if that doesn't sound fun, I'm not sure that the actual game will change your mind, but man, is it fun. It's a really good time.
Exiting zero gravity.
It's on board. Come, quickly.
Go open the hatch for him.
Okay, I hope the hatch is this way.
Is she here?
Sorry, Isaac. I couldn't trust him with the marker.
Kendra, what are you doing?
What my department sent me here to do. Even if the Valor couldn't help me out like I wanted.
Department? Who are you?
I work for EarthGov, cleaning up a very, very old mess. I told you and him in the Aegis 7 was off limits. The planet was one big government experiment. The marker, this divine artifact, it was built by human hands.
That's impossible. It's an alien world. The miners dug up the fucking thing.
After it was planted here a few hundred years ago. Even Kind didn't pick up on that. They found the first marker in some crater on Earth. That one. That was real. Alien. Enough to inspire unitology. Our people studied it and reverse engineered this red marker. But they needed somewhere to test it.
Aegis 7.
You've seen the result. The stuff of nightmares. I thought the old reports were just hysteria. Until I saw what I saw. They sealed off the whole system, buried the records nice and clean. Until CEC got greedy. Those idiots tore Aegis 7 apart and woke up with the old research team left behind.
So EarthGov sends you to sweep it all under the rug. Damn it, we have to return the marker. If anyone else stumbles across Aegis 7...
It was disappeared once. We can do it again. I've seen how the marker fucks with your head. It must be contained. For what it's worth, we made a great team. You'll find another way off the Ishimura. I mean, you're one hell of an engineer.
Your experiment's gonna kill us all! Daniels! It was all for nothing.
Isaac, come in. It's Nicole.
Where are you?
In the flight control room. Please, you have to come up here now. There's still a way out for us, but we don't have much time.
I feel like I have some questions on why she wasn't coming with us to the shuttle if she's in flight control. Could have maybe called ahead, but then again, maybe she would have gotten shot as well. That was an interesting door opening animation. Also, Kendra seems to be overlooking the possibility that I would strongly agree with everything that she's doing right now. With the possible exception of, why aren't they throwing the marker into the sun? Why are we going to bury it someplace? If the goal was, oh, this makes people insane and also monsters, we need to stop that from happening anymore. Seems like maybe just keeping the marker around is more trouble than it's worth. Also, if I've been in this room before, I apologize. I've really been lax about picking things up.
There you are.
Thank God you're here. The ship's coming apart. I saw what you've been through. Your investigation, Mercer. What happened with us?
We don't have to talk about it.
I need you to know I'm sorry about everything.
It's okay, Isaac. You know I forgive you. I love you.
Okay, I'm so sorry. The mixing in this game is really an adventure. We've had the music dialed down. I feel like I have to take it down a little bit more, and then maybe the sound effects as well. That what has been presented in this playthrough is simply the way that the game is, and man, are they not concerned about the volume mixing around dialogue. Let's have it be there, and maybe we'll make it out a little bit more easily.
Well, good, but
There's still hope. You can recall the shuttle and remote pilot it from here. Bring back the marker and we can return it to Aegis 7. You can make us whole again.
I just want to make things right.
Then let's do it together.
Isaac has no reaction to her choice of language.
Recalling shuttle USG-09. Prepping remote docking procedures.
Damn it, Isaac! You don't know what you're doing!
I know. I'm finally doing the smart thing.
You fucking kidding me? Shit!
Warning. Escape pod launch detected from shuttle USG-09.
Escape pod. Damn! We lost her.
It doesn't matter. She can't escape her fate. But who can?
Are you okay?
Here it comes. Isaac?
I know. Ishimura's finished. If we get on that shuttle, there's no going back.
Leave no regrets. Go. I'll reprogram the shuttle with our flight path to Aegis 7 and join you on board.
Don't leave me waiting.
Never again.
Alright, leave no regrets sounds like if there's anything you meant to do... What is happening? Oh, what's always happening?
Evacuation protocols are in effect.
Hold on. Why did I switch weapons? Okay, time the hell out. Oh, well, I can't see very much from here. What I was going to say is, wherever the shuttle goes, it's reasonable to assume that we won't have storefronts. So I do want to stop by the shop and maybe pick up anything and everything that I want to carry with. And, like, I'm thinking aloud right now, do I want to bother carrying the line gun? I have a lot of ammo for it, and also it seems to hit with all the power of a wet sock. It just doesn't have any stopping power to it at all. We've got a save point in the next room. Wait, really? There's no shops here? Oh, that sucks. Oh, that door is really not healthy. If we go... No, I know what that's about. Floor 2? Okay, maybe I want to, like, video game logic that there's gonna be a shop elsewhere. It seems like... It's just when she says, leave no regrets. That feels a lot like to me like a video game saying, this is the point of no return. And I don't have any quests to do, but I sure as hell do have some stuff that I'd like to commerce. And while we're going, why don't we just look in the supply room here? You never know when there was something that I couldn't open before. But we're solid. Okay. Oh, fuck me. If we switch maps here and I don't see a store nearby, then we'll just get on the shuttle. There is a shop. Not super close, but close enough that I'm gonna walk to it. This way. My first instinct is to keep the map open. My second instinct is not to do that, because then these guys are going to be a pill. Hold on. Isn't there another baby, or did he die? This way. Yes, boy, this is not close. So I noticed that when you use the Ripper blades on the big belly guys, they don't burst. The popcorn guys don't come out. I just sort of assumed that if shooting them made the popcorns come out, that so would cutting them up with a buzzsaw. That doesn't appear to be the case. Okay, I sometimes take damage going through these doors. Prefer to avoid that.
Warning. Multiple system failures detected. Unable to reroute critical functions.
This way to shop. I don't think I have anything benchable. Is that guy dead? Well, he has fewer legs attached now. I've got $26,000. I'm not convinced I'm buying any more cores. Here's inventory. Let's sell. And let's sell. And apparently Peng, an oddly intriguing artifact from the past, sell at the store for credits. Okay. I didn't know what Peng was, but now I'm glad that I have it. So if we didn't have money before, we've got it now. Let's... I'm not sure that I have an ending to that sentence. Okay, so we're going to sell most of these right now. Okay. We're going to take these out. and these out. And these out. And maybe these out. And also these out. We're taking out some of our ammo. The contact beam. Well, I should probably have this on me. We can buy 9 nodes or some med kits. I don't know what's best. I think I'd rather have the nodes. I really want to hit like a truck on this. And they didn't put a save point too terribly close, which is kind of a bummer. So pause for 1 second. What we're going to do is we're going to just reload everything. Okay, let's also make sure that the line gun is loaded. We'll put that there for a moment. Let's make sure that the... No, that one is loaded. And then everything else is loaded. So we need to get the force gun. Not the force gun, the contact beam. Because we don't want to leave that behind. And we should get this as well. Let's move it to storage. No, wait, sorry, that's the wrong thing. That's the wrong direction. We want to take it with us. And also I'm going to sell this one. And we can't sell these, right? No. Alright, let's grab this. And how much inventory space do I have left? Not a lot. Like, I do think that we need to make some decisions on what we're going to carry with. Contact energy, I'm going to move to storage. This set of line racks will move to storage. This is only one, so I think we're going to use it very quickly. And I do tend to use the flamethrower a bunch. I just don't know if I use it that much. Like that amount. On the other hand, I do definitely want to get out some more of these. Hold on. And then what we're going to do is put back in the balance. So we're going to have 200 rounds. 18 of those, 300, what is that? Yeah, 363 of that. Why not? And then we still got lots of inventory space. And then in storage, is there anything else we're pulling out? Maybe that force energy. Or the contact energy. Am I bringing any contact energy? A little bit. Okay, yeah, we'll get some contact energy. Okay, I feel like that's a pretty good... If we're going to bring any other thing, let's grab some of this. Because those bullets go fast. I kind of want the flamethrower's fuel, too. Yeah, hold on. Let's get that, and then we'll put back in the balance. Let's move it to inventory, and then we'll just put back in the 63. There we go. That's some pretty good space. So now the only question is, do I want to buy some healing, or do we want to count on the game being uncharacteristically generous? Let's use the healing that we've got. I think... Is there a save point? I really want to have a save point before we do this. Think for 1 second. There's a save point right in the next room. Hold on. Save point. Okay, now... we're going to spend all of the money on nodes. And I'm going to... I just cannot spend $10,000 on a large medikit that I may as well just hit B accidentally and use it by mistake. So we're going to buy all of the nodes. And then if we needed ammo for anything, I do feel like the plasma gun would be it. Where do we stand on that? I've only got 14 bullets. Where's the closest bench? It is... Oh, actually, right where we came from. I just keep checking this because I don't care about any of this. And I'm just curious, like, what are the other nodes, do you think? Is there a suit upgrade that I didn't find? Let's go for damage on the assault rifle. And probably damage again, yeah? The Ripper. Can we get to any more damage here? Not really, and I just don't care about that. If we can't think of anything else to get, duration and damage would be good on this as well. Actually, that'd be really good. Yeah, we've got some good upgrades on that. I would love to get an upgrade. Yeah, let's... Oh, we can get one here as well. Reload and damage or reload duration and damage. Let's think about that for a second. Line gun has been such a bummer. It really has been. 3 targeting lasers instead of 1. Greatly increases laser trap damage. Contact beam we've never touched. I don't know that I'm gonna get into it for right now. And then force gun. Oh, look at the damages. Yes, hold on. We're gonna get 2 damage upgrades. And then gravity wells we haven't used that much of. I don't fire it that frequently. I feel like we can get 1 more damage for 2 points. And then that's all of our upgrades. So let's look at Ripper again. I feel like we go for capacity, duration, damage. And then getting another duration on either line would be really great. Then again, for Flamethrower, we can get to duration and damage here as well. And then what was the other one? It was Force Gun. I think I like Flamethrower. I want to mix up. I want to have different options here. We go capacity damage or reload duration damage. I think I like these options better. That's it. That's all of our nodes. Okay. Now we've done everything. Except reloaded the flamethrower with all the new fuel. Because if we can fit more into our pockets, we're going to use it.
Danger. Containment fields approaching maximum capacity.
I'm going to grab this. And you know what? If we sell both of these, we can get another node. I don't know. I don't know what the right thing to do is there. I'm going to say that we're good for now. My expectation is that we may never see another shop again, and yet just in case we do, I don't want to have committed 110% to a plan that then doesn't work. You know something? Fuck it. I am going to save it. We've all seen that every once in a while, Isaac Clarke steps slightly too close to something with tentacles and his limbs just come off like they weren't attached very well.
Emergency. Internal hull breaches detected.
What? Okay. This super sucks. I did not realize that there was a dude behind. Okay. Like I said, you just never know when Isaac Clarke is gonna get got. At least when I'm at the controls. And will not be able to return. I understand.
I never doubted you, Isaac. I knew you'd come back for me.
Are you ready?
Yes. We're together again. Nothing can stop us now. This isn't how I imagined saying goodbye to the Ishimura. Steady.
I'm good.
Are you afraid, Isaac?
No. With you, I can handle anything.
One more ride together, then. This all began in the core of the planet.
Daniel said EarthGov built the marker. Some experiment they abandoned hundreds of years ago.
If you're not ready, a miracle must be as terrifying as a nightmare. The planet is restless, hungry. It'll try to eat us alive. But we have the marker. We'll put things back the way they were. We will be whole again.
Is this not the way out? I'm sorry. It super isn't.
Isaac, now's our chance.
Nicole?
You can upload the marker from the console. Come on.
Isaac, you don't have any questions on why she doesn't just push the button herself? This doesn't seem like it requires an engineering touch.
Gravity tethers on the Ishimura are failing. Tectonic load. We don't have long before all that rock falls. How do we do this?
Return the marker to its past state. Directly to the excavation site. It'll work. The hive mind will obey. We'll be whole again. And you and I can be together.
I'm really gonna get a talking to about not listening to her.
Come on. We need to hurry.
Wait, why was the first box lift-upable? No? Okay, Nicole wants to hurry, but there was at least one box over here. I'm so sorry. Also, why are we picking up money at this stage? Is there gonna be another shop? Oh, well, I hope there's a bench, because we just got a node. Okay, we definitely need a shop now. That was a gold semiconductor. Isaac can't be expected to haul all this stuff back to Earth. Probably got weight limits and such.
You guide the marker, Isaac. I'll help you in the control room.
All right, this is the sort of stuff I'm running around to look for. If you added up all the 100 credit bills that we've picked up over the course... Oh yeah, look, there's a bench right here. If you added them all up, we've probably picked up like $3,000 or $4,000 easily. So we've got one more node. What do we like? Capacity in the force gun, it's not the best. Pulse rifle. Capacity in the pulse rifle is better. Plasma cutter. I keep checking, well, but then again, I don't have enough ammo, really. Ripper. I can't be brought to care about any of those. Capacity in the flamethrower would be nice, but I very rarely... I'd shoot in very short bursts on that. If we get to duration, that'd be perfect. And then line gun. Line gun, we still can't get anywhere good. Maybe capacity on line gun. Contact beam, not really. And then force gun is... Well, hold on. A gravity well... Let's do the gravity wells last much longer, because why not? We've only got the 1 point. Maybe we'll make use of it. PCSI retrieval order from Captain Matthias. Retrieve victims of Union Square mass suicide from Aegis 7. Bodies are to be transported to the USG Ishimura morgue with security escort. Notify Doctors Domus and Kine upon arrival. Assignments: Sergeant Wellers, Blaine, or Officer Blaine, Hutchins, and Private Karklins. Comments: Gabe, yeah, I know it's casket duty, but I think you'll like this one. I hear a buddy of yours is down on Aegis 7, and a kiddie assignment like this should leave time for a meetup. Don't scare the rookie. Signed, Alyssa. And there is, in fact, a store. Look at that. Hey, we just picked up a bunch of cash. Can I get another mod? We can. Do it. This is the kind of room I wanted in the last place, where we get the chance to do this. Do it all in one space. So, capacity, maybe on this? Or capacity on the... contact beam. There. We technically put an upgrade into the contact beam. Oh, wait, we're on chapter 12 now. Okay. Well, I mean, she wants to go that way, but is there anything else? See, that time I held it, and it didn't go into the map. Have we already aged past the point where that works? Oh my god. Okay, let's not ponder the corpses too long. You guys, it's another node. Not that I'm complaining. Dear God, keep us sane from monsters. Safe from monsters. Wait a second. How did they write... Oh, I guess they could. Man, they were really dedicated to like how they were writing to work around that bar. Okay, let's see if there's anything else to pick up, and then we'll make one last visit to the thing. Okay, that's locked. And then the server room. I don't like this. What? I did not recognize.
Signal changes us, recombines us, but there's a dead space in that signal around the marker itself, the eye of the storm. I can't stay in it for long.
I've seen it. With this pedestal. Why there?
It amplifies. The marker's pulse will be felt across the planet. The dead will sleep, and the living will see what can't be forgotten.
Okay, we have a power core and no real purpose for it. Let's visit the bench. So we also got a node. More capacity isn't bad. Line gun. Oh, wait, what, didn't we just get something for the contact beam? Let's go with the secondary fire damage. There. Oh, wait, there's a... How are we doing on ammo here, buddy? Seems a little light. Okay, mental note. Let's use lots of stasis in this room if it comes up.
Warning. Unknown biohazard detected. Quarantine in progress.
Oh, it's not dead. Fuck. Hold on. Dark! If there's a break here, I'd really... Well, see, now I just got some more ammo.
Do you miss them, Isaac?
Yeah.
And your parents? Your mother was a unitologist. She believed.
She believed so much it killed her. Is this what she would have wanted?
If she did, would that make this easier?
Maybe it's a good thing I'll never know.
I forgot that we have something that we can sell. I don't think we can go back anymore. No, we're kind of locked in. So I do feel like I need to learn how the force gun works if we're gonna primary fire and then hold RB as asteroid cutter, which costs 3 energy. But that's the one that we upgraded, the secondary fire on this thing. I just don't know how it's different or better. Anything cool back here? Nope, just slime. Oh, we've already done this. Hold on. What are we doing now, Isaac? Oh, no, that was correct. I wonder if there's, and I mean, I assume that it is, like, people who have played this and been like, no, man, contact beam is my thing. That's the weapon that I use the whole game. Max that out. Because for me, it's the weapon that I've used the least.
Power in this section. The marker won't move. We're losing time.
It's okay. Hit test connection. What's it say?
Power failure detected. Tether generator. Gravity control.
One of the ground side gravity tethers. Maybe a busted power line. I'm on it.
Please hurry. We can't fail now.
Run, run, run! They will mostly burn themselves out without further intervention from me. Oh, that one didn't. Alright, do your thing. Dead? Okay. Yeah, treating these things like a huge coward works real well. And we can sell our thing now. Free up an inventory space and maybe buy something cool. Alright, we're at 8,800. So we could absolutely sell one of these. There seem to be stasis reloads all over the place, so I am going to sell one of those. And then the medikits I kind of want to use. And hold on, we definitely have to reload the plasma cutter, because that went completely empty. Time out. Let me go here. All right, that's going to free up some space right there. And then we'll put the contact beam back up. And then I think my only other question is, so I've got 2 inventory slots, but as soon as I use force energy, we're going to free up another one. Wait, hold on. Okay. We just freed up a bunch because I was absolutely empty on that. Interesting. Okay. We're good for now. Alright, Isaac says to go that way. Let's just take a quick once around this room. Since there seems to be a million things, a dozen things that we haven't picked up yet. Wait a second, what's this? Hold on. I opened that up so that I could go look to see if there was a... I wanted to revisit the save point. Ah, hold on. Isaac, open this up.
Logging security card.
3 nodes! Wow! I have to say, the master override key, when we got level 1 access and level 2 access, it was like, okay, well, we can open up some more stuff, but really it's going to be like, and it was, you know, 100, 200 extra credits. It wasn't that big a deal. The master override has really unlocked a whole new tier of awesome stuff. I do not know if that master override access carries over into like a new game plus, but it's pretty great. I have 3 nodes. Do we have any sense of... No. No benches nearby. Also, I'm just... Not to belabor this point, but once again, watch this. I'm going to hold back. I'm holding it down, holding it down, holding it down. It doesn't go to the map anymore. I don't know, you guys. It's so random. All through Chapter 11, suddenly it worked as advertised. This feels...
Now entering tether control. Cross-contamination field engaged.
Remember when games like...
Main power interrupted. Tether generators are offline.
I was going to say, remember when games like Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, and Batman Arkham Asylum were doing like volumetric smoke with like physical properties? Like they would drift and like collect around your character and stuff. I regret that they don't do that anymore. I can't remember the last game that I played that did that, and it always looked really great. Yeah, it was a graphical extra, like it wasn't required, but man, did it help to build atmosphere. And with video cards so much more powerful than they were at the time, I just imagine that stuff would be borderline free now. In terms of performance.
To east generator. Power restored to central generator. We are short 1 power cell.
probably the one that goes to the elevator then.
Emergency elevator offline. Notifying maintenance. Power restored to West generator. Power restored to tether generators. Ready for restart. Restarting tether. Now entering zero gravity.
Janet, Isaac. Power's flowing again. Come back to the marker quickly. The excavation site's just up ahead. Make us whole.
I know I'm in zero gravity. I'm just not eager to take off. For all I know, I'm going to take off, and then she's going to be like, oh, just kidding, gravity restored. So we stasis one of these and go up, I assume? What do I want to put back in here? The force gun? Sure. Alright. What do you think that we can shoot one of these? You know what? I don't think that we have time. Can I touch it? Let's try to get through before it respeeds. Oh, I didn't see him at first. Oh, no, that's not one of the tentacle guys. I feel like I'm still just going up. This is up. I hope I'm not going back the way I came. Not gonna lie, a little disoriented right at the moment. No, this is... Okay, so this is right side up, as far as I can tell. And yet I can't land. Maybe it's not. Here we go. I'm oddly concerned that there's something else I was meant to do in here, but I don't know, I don't see anything.
Exiting zero gravity.
Oh, a big guy. Hold on. And I can't run on this. I do not want to be on the goo. That baby's going to shoot me. Oh, just got melted. I was really focused on trying to stop the big guy.
Exiting zero gravity.
can't run. Really would like something else to throw. Why am I doing that? The trouble with the big guy is that I don't know when I have an opportunity to get behind him yet, even with stasis. I know the tactic, it's the positioning that I'm not sure of yet. Did he kill himself again? Oh man, I'm really good at just waiting these guys out. Okay, thank you for the node. Is there... Okay, in order. A, let's... Are we really full? Okay, that's good. And then... I don't know. Guys, how much health do I have? I have 1 small. Alright, well, we'll use that. See what it gets us. Is there a save point in this room? No, there's a shop and multiple stasis vectors, but nothing else. I've already stomped. Well, it doesn't hurt to double stomp. Part of me would be like, this is a really complicated conveyor belt system, but also, in fairness, this was not intended for one person to do. Like, there's supposed to be an entire crew at this facility, and Isaac is sort of shepherding the whole process from start to finish. Oh, I will bring this fan along if it's available. Yes, thank you for the save. I also want to note, if I didn't say it aloud earlier, because I kind of got caught up in trying to stay alive for a few more seconds, the sticky floors are such a great, like, tension-building mechanic. They feel very frustrating to be on, that you can't move quickly, but from, like, a game design perspective, it's like, oh, this really sucks! And it's great for, like, feeling a little bit more powerless, making sure the player is never too comfortable. Okay, I'm sure that I'm supposed to clear some of these tentacles, but I just... The parts that are just regular yellow isn't enough. It's got to be one of the bright yellow or orange nodules. And I'm not seeing that from down here. And I can't get to it from over here, and this is, despite its appearance, not an elevator. Or cargo lift or whatever. Oh, hold on. I did not see this ramp over here. Sounds great. Now, if these are the attached to the wall guys, I'll leave them be. But if they're the tentacle guys that spit out snark babies... Just not convinced I can get by without him doing a scratch. And you don't drop stuff, right? No. That's a mercy kill. I don't get anything in exchange for it. I thought about trying to burn it, but I know bullets work. There's always more than you think. I don't know my favorite flamethrower in games, but I have to say that this one would rank pretty high. I'd have to think about it. Alien Isolation had a bitchin' flamethrower. Wait, the Slender Man that I just killed, did this guy have anything for me to stomp? I don't get the sense that there was a lot left of him. Riftbreaker also has a really fun flamethrower. It has a number of really fun flame weapons, but I'm thinking sort of like a third-person style game. Third or first-person style game like this. Better flamethrower than Dead Space. I'm not sure that I can think of one. It sounds great. It's got a pretty good range. And it cooks guys real nice, especially with the upgrades. The other thing is, not only is Isaac doing this alone, like basically running this entire conveyor line all the way through, which is clearly intended for multiple people, but also it's overgrown with just slop, just absolute xenomorph puke everywhere. So of course it's not going to work very well. Save station. I will absolutely.
Get the marker to the pedestal. Hurry!
Oh, fuck! No, friend, you have to come back up here, though. Okay. Does this not work because there's goop on it, or what? Release that so that we have access to the fan. I don't hate the contact beam. I just feel like it's awfully expensive in terms of ammo, but it cut both those guys. Okay, I think what it actually did was like detonated the explodey guy. But it still felt real nice. Okay, what are we aiming at next? This tentacle comes down here, goes down there, grows under here. Oh, I see it now. Oh, baby. I don't feel like I've got a good anti-baby weapon. And you just want to punt him, but you can't. Really? Oh, this still doesn't work then. Okay, so we've got another tendril that we've got to kill. Here I was thinking, oh, why am I reloading if what I should be doing is moving that? Then it could be moving while I'm reloading, but it turned out it's not quite ready to go. Can I just stomp this with my foot? No. All right.
Please, Isaac, the hive mind is coming. You have to make us whole.
Oh! Wait, this is not effective. I think there's a guy coming up behind me. Okay. B, it's probably time. A text log, sure. Yeah, no, it's great. I'll read the patient log for sure. Okay, do I want to try to read that patient log? I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, to be blunt, but... Recombination study? Oh, look, it's right here. Wow, some games make it really difficult to find the part that you didn't read. Dr. Abernathy says, I've quarantined the former Doctors Clifton and Hogan We're barricaded in. I intend to keep a complete log no matter what happens out there. Different vectors of infection seem to be... Someone needs to keep a record. If the marker signal can change a body from a distance, we need to know. Update. The chest of Dr. Clifton's corpse has started to expand like it's taking a deep breath. Something appears to be happening under the surface of the skin. The body's convulsing. There's a yellowish, briny liquid bursting from the mouth. He's choking, but he's... Oh god, I hope it's a gas release. Update. Okay, now there's... the esophagus is bulging and the jaw is collapsing. The head... His head is splitting apart. It's reforming. Almost looks like a proboscis with feelers. The chest is splitting along the center now. The chest is splitting and it's stretching. Expanding outwards as the internal organs, muscle, and bone are bent inwards. Can I get a scanner, please? No, the scanner. Thank you. Update. So the internal organs have reorganized themselves. The structure isn't... There seems to be a central organ now resembling a massive bladder. The bladder is filling with a liquid, some of which can be seen spilling from the creature's proboscis. So the two must be connected. The legs are quivering violently, the flesh is peeling away and merging with the flesh from the chest. Shit. The leg just bent backwards and, okay. Now the other one just snapped back at the knee as well. It's starting to sit up. It seems fully reanimated. Can we... Hello? Yeah, Issac? Anyone who's free to euthanize? God, do I have to think of every... Update. The spatter on the glass is making observation difficult. I missed that Dr. Hogan is also transforming, but it's not his legs are elongating, somehow flaying themselves, and they're twisting with a mixture of his own internal organs into a single appendage. This really goes on a while. It's like some kind of tail. His face is contorting, his jaw is clenching and unclenching, it's crunching on itself, and shit, several jaw-like appendages are emerging from his mouth, but it can't accommodate the... Oh shit, his head is splitting open too, like Clifton's. I can't... Sounds of vomiting. Why was this not an audio log, do you think? Update. Oh fuck, he's circling the room. It's not Clifton, it's like he's hunting. Does he see me? No, the vents. He's going for the vents. Issac, is anyone left? Sounds of impact screaming and an organic crunching noise. I feel like that would have worked better as an audio log. It's just me. Can we raise the bridge? Was there a... I've been using stasis suddenly without actually having checked if there's a refill station around. Not in this room. Hopefully we will find it further on. Otherwise, I need to start being careful. I have 3 or 4 shots left. Isaac's 4 shots left. His vision isn't too healthy these days. That's not the button that I wanted.
There. Now reunite us with the pedestal.
Why? Oh, no, God. How far back? He split my belly open. Okay, at least it started us from this point. B.
There. Now reunite it with the pedestal.
So, does the contact beam just fire a continuous beam until it uses up 1 unit of energy? It's kind of how it feels, which makes it a lot more economical than I thought.
Thank you, Isaac. I always believed in you.
Nicole.
We're whole again. We are whole.
Emergency. Geo-orbital gravity tethers offline. Tectonic load released. Impact imminent. All personnel, evacuate immediately.
The payload. I'll restart the tether. Buy us time.
No.
Oh, she said go. I thought she said no.
Rerouting gravity tether controls.
Come on, come on.
Forget it, Isaac. There's no fixing this.
Let her go, Daniels.
Let who go? Can't you see how delusional you are?
We've got to go. The payload from the planet crack is about to fall.
I gave you a chance to come around, Isaac. But if you still won't see it, I'll help you. One last time. Rig link override. This time, watch to the end.
Isaac, it's me. Oh, I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I just wish I could talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening. Strange. Such a little thing. Just had a talk. That's all this research was in the end. Not much, is it? Just had to make it listen when he begged for convergence. But I had a different prayer. It spoke. And then it listened. Make this stop, I said. Maybe it understood, but... I can't return what was taken. Why can't I see you again, Isaac? I loved you. I always loved you.
No.
No, she can't be. What the hell did you do?
You did this to yourself. Nicole's been dead this whole time. You just couldn't handle it, could you? Because if she's gone, at least now it'll be in safe hands. The marker won't turn anyone else into its puppet. Give me the loader remote.
No. It's over. We're whole again.
For Christ's sake, I'm not going to ask again, Cross.
No! Enough people have died!
Then just do it. I've got nothing left to lose.
Cross!
It's better this way, Isaac. You'll never recover from what the marker's done to you. And when the tectonic load drops, all this will be buried. Just like Earth Gov wanted.
Warning, seismic activity increasing. Evacuate to safe location.
No problem. Give me $100.
The shuttle. I can still make it before she leaves.
Oh, I have thoughts. Oh, thank you for the med kit. I mean, I can make it before she leaves. It's just, there's so much stuff. There's so many things. Including a power node. Okay, I'm just making sure that I didn't, like, fill my inventory and find that there's something I can't pick up. Oh. Okay, no, that's just a lantern. All right, with our awesome looting done. Wait, is there a... We've picked up a power node or two. Actually, there's one in this room. It's right here. Five nodes. Oh, that's more than I thought. Well, I have to say I don't hate the contact beam. Primary fire damage? Yes. Let's do capacity. Let's do primary fire damage. Let's do secondary fire damage. Some pretty good upgrades for the contact beam. What's this? Greatly increases the explosion's size. I don't know if I care as much about that. Let's take a look at force gun. With 2 nodes, we can get another damage upgrade. I think we'll do that. All right, let's take a quick look here. I think that I do want to have our plasma cutter ready. We have burned through a lot of pulse gun ammo. Is the shop available in here? Yeah, I think we have some in storage. We do not. But we do have some extra force energy, so we'll pull that out. And then the line racks, I don't know. We don't seem to need this at all. Let's just go ahead and sell the oxygen. We can now afford 3 additional nodes if we want to use it. Let's burn some line racks as well. Oops. Do any upgrades for the line gun? We can get another... We can get one damage upgrade. It's our choice on whether or not we go through capacity or reload, and I think of the two, capacity is the better call. Is there anything else that I'd rather have? Not really. Not really. Let's try to make anything that we shoot, we want to hit as hard as possible. And we get one more. Rate of fire I don't care about. Capacity I kind of do. Let's do that. Alright. And I'm going to lock that in with another save. Wait, is this the right room?
Last warning, Isaac. I mean it.
Daniels!
I don't know if stasis works on something this large, and I don't have a lot of stasis. And apparently I can't... Really? Okay. I tried to use kinesis, by the way, to pick those up and throw them back. Did not work. You know what would be really great against these things? The line gun, if I had it equipped. Okay, if I'm... I don't know where to be right now. Wait, that's not the weapon that I wanted. Ow. Oh, so don't allow those to pop anymore. Can I... Sorry, I'm making very, very bad choices here. I'm going to try to pull this out anywhere. Just need it up. Oh, hold on. I don't know what's happening. Okay, this sucks. B. Oh, shit! There's lots of stuff down that I can't pick up, which is fine. So, sir, do you have any more? Oh, yes, you do. Okay, I need something else. Here's what we're gonna do. Where's that force gun? Anybody remember what that looks like? Okay, we're gonna equip that right there. Sounds good. I don't know how to dodge when half the arena's cut off from me. Okay, but if we invade it over to one side, then I get a lot more room, I think, to maneuver. Not enough room, apparently. Gotta say, contact beam is really good for shooting that guy in the belly. Oh shit. Well, then I need to not be here. Super ouch. Okay, I'm about to die, and I can't do anything about it. Okay, then use that. Oh, shit, you guys, I don't have enough ammo. I don't have enough inventory space. I need to get something out of Isaac's inventory right now. Nope, nope. Drop, drop, please. And now I'm cut off from the upgrade that I need. Go! Get B. Get B. Fuck! I hope I got that. I really, 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 really want to drop another stasis pod. Hurry up. Stasis, go! Okay, drop a stasis pod. Drop multiples. Isaac, right now. What? No! It's great time for inventorying, Isaac. What weapon even is this? Okay, where was I? Isaac, I'm begging you to close that window. So, what the fuck is this? You guys, I can't get it off the screen. Leave the planet. Isaac, no. What is this? I really just wanted to drop this and then pick up some health. Okay, are we done in here? That was extremely weird. If we can leave, we're leaving.
Isaac, it's me. Oh, I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry.
Yay! There we go. Just in case it gets... If we get any dialogue, I'll dial it back up. Hopefully this doesn't cause it to, like, glitch out too much, but I do want to dial it down some. Alright, we'll take this down. This game is not cursed with an abundance of volume, but we'll be back into it. Hopefully it didn't cause too much issues with the credit scroll. And it definitely did pause it. So... I played the original Dead Space back when it came out in... It was either 2006 or 2008. I think it was 2008. And it's one of the games that, in my gaming history, I'm the most delighted to have been wrong about. Because when they first showed off Dead Space at E3, like the previous year, I thought this game looked... I thought it looked turgid and slow. I thought it looked ponderous. They were making a big deal out of how you don't shoot them center mass and you shoot the limbs off of it, and I didn't have a problem with that conceptually, but the way that they were showing it off, I think that they dialed down the enemy speed so that people could, like, see their dismemberment work, and it just didn't present the game in a very good light. And I remember that they were going to sell a limited edition, and I was posting onto a forum that I was a member of at the time that, boy, if they think they're going to sell a limited edition of this, they'd better make a much better game around it. And then it came out, and the reviews were really good. So I picked it up back in 2008, and I played through it back on the original Xbox 360, and had just a spectacular time. Like, really, really enjoyed it all the way through. And I feel like you can see, as we've talked about during this playthrough, a lot of inspiration taken from movies like Event Horizon and from the gameplay of Resident Evil 4, but Dead Space still manages to feel very much like its own thing. And this sort of body horror and the necromorphs reanimating dead tissue and repurposing it into this sort of like hive mind hunting on the ship, the way that you get to the text logs, this sort of backstory of how the infection came aboard, and first people weren't feeling well, they were dreaming oddly, and sort of this psychological horror element that gets layered in on top of it, plus just this vision of the future where humanity is spread out amongst the stars and colonizing non-Earth planets, but also so resource starved that in order to begin feeding their needs for energy and materials, they're just blasting entire planets open to get at the resources inside in the most efficient way. But one of their like lead vessels to do this, the Ishimura, is like decades old and ready to be decommissioned. But here is the CEC, I guess that's the corporation, has gone to this mineral-rich planet where it's supposed to be locked down, but there's a marker there. And I think that what we're meant to understand is the unitologists knew there was a marker here, that they may have believed that it was alien in origin, but we find out from Kendra here at the end that it was actually made by EarthGov. What's interesting is that with the revelations in the story, I don't like when I talked about playing it back in 2008, that was the last time that I played it. So I really cannot overstate how much a lot of the finer details were me rediscovering them like it was for the very first time. I remember vaguely feeling betrayed by Kendra back in the original game, like she was a traitor the whole time. And here, playing it here, she seems like an unambiguous good person. Like, she is, I think, objectively correct in her goal of putting the marker back, reburying it, and if it requires the execution of every single person involved with it to stop this madness and this knowledge from spreading, that is for the good of mankind. I'm not a big fan of murdering a bunch of innocent people, but at this stage, who's left? Everybody aboard the Ishimura is dead. The only two people that we know of that have survived to this point are now Isaac and Dr. Cross, and from Kendra's position, the infection aboard the Ishimura has been contained, and both the Doctor and Isaac Clarke are completely mad. As she says, you're never going to get over what the marker has done to you. And this is a remake of the first game, but I'm going to, I am going to say a little bit about what we learn in the later games, which apparently now will never be remade. But she's not wrong. Isaac never does get over what happens to him here. The madness that has been visited upon him is something that he kind of learns to manage, but never successfully cures. And it's something that he carries with him moving forward. From Kendra's point of view, it makes all the sense in the world. And in terms of an antagonist, I think that that's really valuable, that I can understand exactly where Kendra is coming from, even if I don't want her to succeed because I'm currently Isaac and I don't want him to die. In a version of the story where I was playing as Kendra, I feel like I would feel 100% vindicated in everything that I'm trying to do here. Aside from that, so how does the remake stand up? The best thing that I can say is that this game looks and plays the way that I remember the original one playing. And I assure you that if I went back and saw that original game, I'd be like, oh, and don't get me wrong, it never looked bad, but this is how I remember it looking. And you only have to glance at the reviews of this remake to say, this is not in any way the way that the original game looks, but the people who made this remake at Motive Studios really understood the assignment. They did not redesign it. They didn't brighten it up. They didn't change the artistic direction. They took everything about the original and rebuilt it and updated it so that it looked and lit and had the particle effect of modern technology, but otherwise completely honored the original vision of the game. And as far as I know, that includes you know, all of the story beats and stuff like that. Maybe somebody is a real Dead Space historian and they edited or updated or made some lore corrections to move this version more into line with where Dead Space 2 and 3 go. I mean, there is one major change that we talked about as the game went on. Isaac talks in this one, and in the original version, he was a completely silent protagonist. I don't remember having any issue with that back in 2008, but I certainly like hearing from him now. I don't know that we could ascribe a lot of personality to Isaac. He's in a situation where it's going to be very, very work-oriented. Here's the next thing that I have to do. I'm going to go do this thing. But to the extent that you get to hear him advocate for his ideas, say, we have no other choice, I'm going to do it this way, ask questions and be a participant in the proceedings, I just don't remember how any of these things were handled in the original version. I don't remember it feeling entirely conspicuous that he wasn't talking, but certainly in the way that this remake flows with the dialogue, it just makes a lot more sense. There was only one time that I felt like that really failed, and that was when... Oh, God. I think it was when Hammond got killed. There was no animation. For whatever reason, they made that a completely in-engine, real-time series of events happening behind a window. So if you remember, when the doctor, not Dr. Kind, but the other doctor, the real sadistic one, when he had that other dude trapped in stasis and then walked around behind him and fired into the back of his head, super cool and chilling scene. The fact that that guy was alive and fully aware of everything that was happening, but unable to act, and then had this like slow-mo death that he had to like agonize through. Very, very effective scene. But in that scene, Isaac like said no, and he like pounded and like put his hand up against the glass. But when Hammond, who he ostensibly knows better, like he spent more time with Hammond, gets killed by Chen, who is now a full-on necromorph, Isaac has no physical reaction. He says something like, oh no, Hammond, but he doesn't do that. Like, he doesn't like pound on the glass or anything like that. That's the only time I felt it was a little bit conspicuous that Isaac didn't have a physical reaction to what was happening in front of him. And that's a really minor thing. You know, on the list of things that I'd like to see adjusted, I fell into a hole once on the bridge. That was 5% irritating. We just reloaded the scene. It didn't happen again. It's really not a big deal. But like on our list of things that I'd like to see addressed, not falling into the hole would raise above like having a little animation for Isaac there. Aside from that, whenever you get to see his suit animate, and like at the end there where he took off the helmet, you can see all of those little articulating pieces. That's really cool. And yeah, this Dead Space just has a very clear and specific visual language. There's one other thing, actually, that I remember the doors in Dead Space being fantastically elaborate. That, like, maybe I'm misremembering and this was a thing in Dead Space 2, but I just remember the doors in the original Dead Space having, like, 8 animating parts that just look like, why would you design a door this way? And they all looked really cool, but it was like, why does this exist? Why does this door have like 80 machine parts that are used to pull it open and shut it? Again, maybe I'm accidentally thinking of Dead Space 2 or 3, but the doors in this seemed much more utilitarian. They've got like 3 pistons that would rotate and then open up, and yeah, those are supposed to be airtight doors in the event of an atmosphere breach or something like that. Hey, that makes sense. I don't know. I didn't find the doors as comically over-designed in this as I did in the original, so maybe that's another improvement. The other thing is, as far as I remember, and I think I very vaguely recall this coming up in a review, Nicole in this game is presented as a little bit older than she was in the original game, and that matches my memory. In my very vague 2006 memory, I remember Nicole, she's looked younger, and in here she looks frankly like somebody who's gone to medical school, because she is a doctor. Doctors can look young and doctors can graduate young, but on the whole, somebody who's gotten their doctorate is probably going to be in their late 20s to mid 30s, especially if they've then had some sort of career after that, like Nicole has. So I don't know. I thought that Nicole's age was more in line with Isaac's, and all of the voice acting was great. By the way, I would have to assume that they redid all of the voices. A brand new voice cast would be my assumption. Did a fantastic job. I just, I wouldn't have thought and these characters were ever played by anybody else. Aside from that, the story of Dead Space gives them a wide latitude to have the characters make interesting choices, but to be honest, the only one that really stuck out was the idea that after Chen had been turned into a necromorph and sealed into a life pod, that they would have launched the life pod. Because I personally wouldn't have done that. I would have either said, leave him in there, and if we can do anything for him, we will, or we have to open up the pod and burn it out with fire. Like, we've killed a bunch of these guys. We know how to do it now. We need to put him out of his misery, and we need to keep this life pod available for us. There's no circumstance where I would have launched it, but in the fiction of Dead Space, everyone's losing it. Like, everybody's losing their grip on reality. So that gives them a wide license to explain away almost any odd behavior or inexplicable decision that anybody might make. And to be honest, I'm not sure that I can think of anything other than that right there. The fact that Hammond was so emotionally compromised by seeing somebody that he'd worked with and presumably a friend get turned into this hideous monstrosity, that he didn't have the wherewithal to put him down, and also recognize the danger of having him possibly get loose at some point. So that's why he jettisoned the life pod. It makes sense. It's not the choice that I would have made, because I don't know that guy. He's just another monster to me. He used to be a person. Everybody here used to be a person. So if I don't know any of them, I don't know this guy either. I will be happy to sever his arms and legs. There's one other thing that I vaguely remember, and please just chalk this up to like things that I'm remembering from a very long time ago. In my memory, the line gun was like a BFG in the original game. Like, it didn't obviously blow up and obliterate a whole room, but it absolutely severed anything that it went through. And in this game, I wasn't kidding when I felt like it just hit like damp laundry. It just had no impact at all. Even there at the end, I was primarily using it because I had a ton of ammo and I had a whole bunch of guys in front of me, and I thought that with the damage upgrades, at a minimum, it would pop those like cyst balls that were getting vomited onto the combat arena, and it didn't even really affect them. Yeah, I feel like from a balancing perspective, they probably took the line down a whole bunch, with the logic being, I think where it's intended to be used is you've got 2 or more guys straight ahead and you can damage all of them because the line gun will go through the entire line. It will go down to its maximum range and then dissipate. So you get to do maximum damage to everybody in a group. I think that probably gravity grenade, which I never once did, to draw everybody into an area, and then a combination of flamethrower, line gun, and one of the proximity grenades to do a whole bunch of damage into that zone. I didn't do kinesis enough. I tried to whenever possible, but since my top priority was sever a leg so that they're slower and then cut off an arm, usually the arm sever would be where they died, and then I would have a lot of bone spears to throw around and no targets to do. The babies rocked my world. I would estimate that I probably took more damage from babies and the little brain stems than anything else in the game, because they were just very, very good at targeting where Isaac was going to be. I needed to be a lot better at switching direction and also keeping a little bit of better distance. Also, sometimes the wall tentacle guys, I mentioned this earlier, sometimes you shoot them with fire and they immediately barf their guts out and they're dead. And other times, I'd swear to God that I just unloaded half a canister and they would have like one tentacle over there that just didn't take damage. I don't think that's a bug. I think that I just wasn't hitting it properly. But discovering that fire was good against wall guys was a coup. That worked really, really well. I think this game would be a lot of fun on harder difficulty levels. I also feel a little bit like it's the sort of game that is intended to be played first on normal, then New Game Plus on hard or Nightmare or whatever unlocks from there. But I'm sure that you could also have a very good time playing on hard. I was gambling on the game, the AI director, to hand me enough health that if I really dedicated myself to putting all of my money into nodes, Isaac would somehow be able to find enough supplies to keep the game going. And I suspect that on the harder difficulty levels, no, you probably have to buy a lot of what you're using. And by the way, be a lot better at shooting than anything else. I both apologize and also find very, very funny that we did the first battle against the behemoth, like the big guys you have to attack from behind. I spent so much time trying to figure out how to get behind them. All I can say is that I swear to God, I didn't look it up. Nobody in chat spoiled it. When we encountered the second one, and I was suddenly like, oh my God, stasis. And I want to keep, I think I talked about it at the time, but I want to keep moments like that in, because for any segment in the whole game where I did it well and I did it quickly, that was either luck or a vague memory or something else. And it's okay to not be perfect, to like, I just completely brain farted on that. And in truth, I didn't use stasis very often in combat. I mostly want to well, what if I need it later? What if I need it later? And you guys saw how many stasis packs I had in storage at the end there that I wound up selling for money. I profited from my refusal to use the game mechanics as intended, and also really should have used those game mechanics, because slowing down the enemies would have been a lot less health loss, and whatever I spent in stasis pods would have been made up for in medikits that I didn't wind up using all the time. There are a few occasions where, actually, I want to say only one that really sticks out. I think it was last episode. Isaac suddenly got killed very quickly, and I said that was going really well up until the enemy decided that Isaac's neck looked awfully exposed. I did watch that point back. Isaac had half a health bar. There is a state, I think, that Isaac can get into against certain enemies, at least, where if he gets too close, they will just lash out and they will scissor him apart. And that's perfectly fine. I didn't know that wall guy was one of those examples. Either that or I don't know. I look back and he had half a health bar, so I felt like he took all of the damage all at once. It was, if anything, very funny, and I think that you do need to feel in danger if you are in a survival horror game. We're talking about that a little bit ago too, with the sticky floors, where it's such a great tension builder, where suddenly you can't run, like you have to stand and fight. And that came up here in one point where I think the behemoth or somebody else came up on Isaac, and I couldn't run away. Like I had to stand my ground and back away slowly, if at all, but like just do what I could to do as much damage as possible. That's it. So let's take a look through. Oh, and then the only other bug, as I go to read, because Gig of Shadows was saying Isaac was certainly super interested in how much money he'd saved up. Sorry, let me pause very quickly to say, Marquardt, thank you very, very much for the cheer. And this time, let's not forget to say it again at the very end. Marquardt, thank you very much for the cheer. I very much appreciate it. What was I saying? Oh, at the end, so I think everybody picks it up, but I wanted to open up Isaac's inventory so that I could drop a couple stasis pods. I was full on stasis, and I didn't want to waste them because I don't know how long the fight is. I promise I don't remember. Hold on, just in case, hold on. Let's just get this back up. Sorry. We'll just turn it way back up. Okay, we got 50,000 credits, 10 power nodes, text logs awarded. That's interesting. And then the advanced soldier rig has been unlocked. And now we've got New Game Plus. I turned it back up in case we get dialogue. Okay, and we're just back here. So that's perfect. Okay, if we're just in here, we okay? It's not going to make too much sound. All right. If we get attacked or the PA system starts yelling at us, we'll pause it again. But Raz was saying GG. Oh, So here I am, I'm trying to like drop some extra stasis packs, and then when the enemy grabbed him, the inventory screen remained open, and I guess to the game's credit, it did switch over to shooting control so that I wasn't unable to shoot the enemy because Isaac was still inventorying, but then I couldn't get the inventory window closed. That is like maybe the second bug that we encountered in the entire thing, and even then it's not really much of a bug. I just think that the developers never ever anticipated that somebody would be combing through their inventory in the middle of the big climactic boss fight. And I assure you, I didn't want to be doing that. I felt like I was out of inventory space and I really, really needed help. At the end there, at one point, I had there were health packs on the ground that I couldn't pick up. There was an acid trail between me and them, and he was whipping down with tentacles that I could dodge maybe 30% of the time. So I came very, very, very close to dying there. Super glad I didn't. Now, let's take a quick look through. Mothoth was saying GG, as is Raz. And Mothoth is bringing up a really good point that I would be remiss not to mention. When it first came out, said Mothoth, I really liked what they did with the HUD by making it part of the suit rather than clutter up the screen. This is... like, now this is just Dead Space, and everybody knows about it. But for real... that was a huge innovation at the time. The fact that every interface element is physically present in the world. You can see Isaac's health on his back. You can see the stasis bar to the right. I don't know if that thing lights up when he does kinesis. It does a little bit. Look, I think that... no, it does. Yeah, the little magnet symbol gets brighter when he's kinesising. And you don't need to know that because you can see it elsewhere on the screen, but it's just super cool that the interface is physically represented in the screen. It is a 3D object, and that was a huge innovation at the time, such that I'm really surprised that we haven't seen this done in more games, whether it's by holograms or memory projections or anything else. It's so stylish. It looks great. I mean, look how the interface sort of like curves inward and stuff. I never brought it up because this is just what Dead Space is, and it's been like this for so long. It's like, it's easy to forget that this was a massive innovation. And now, I mean, like, what games do things like this? The Tom Clancy games from Ubisoft, like The Division does stuff like this where it sort of projects the interface into the world, but it's still really, really uncommon. This is extremely neat. It keeps the interface really clean. It keeps you completely immersed in the world. The sound design is also something that I may not have the vocabulary to talk about, but just how good the sound is, how tense the music is, how sometimes you'd swear to God that a musical sting plays just to set you on edge, and other times it's what is that? What is that? And then suddenly you're being swarmed by those little popcorn guys. And it's just really well done. The music, the voice acting, the sound design for the monsters, the positional audio. A lot of times I was aware that there was somebody coming up behind, but I kept thinking that I had enough time because I know how close the guy up in front of me is, and I don't have a solution for that guy right now. Thank you to Mark Quack, who was confirming that the audio is all good. Gig of Shadows is saying maybe the developers had dreams like I do, where I'm running from something, but it feels like I'm stuck in mud and can barely move. Gig of Shadows, that is a very common dream. I've had that, and I always thought that it was brilliantly portrayed in, wasn't it the first Nightmare on Elm Street game, where Nancy tries to like run up the stairs and she gets stuck and she's just like jogging in place in like quicksand? Is that the first one? It's in one of the Nightmare on Elm Streets. And then just like all of the propaganda well, I don't know about propaganda, these sort of motivational posters that you'll see up and everywhere, the fact that they resisted any sort of desire, I think, to be dystopian with them, and it does sort of feel like the sort of place that people would live, but also it's lacking any of the accoutrements of home. And then finally, the fact that we found that Rosetta Stone earlier in the game so that this is translatable. I didn't make notes as to what these symbols are, but you could, and I bet that there's lots of neat stuff in here. Probably a lot of like make us whole and so forth. But oh, and also just like look at the ammo counter on the gun, stuff like that. The rotating array on this stuff. The weapons are all super cool. And like the contact gun, just listen to this sucker. Hold on a second. I think you guys all heard it, but by the way, let's try to figure out how the contact gun works. So if I have 14 bullets, if I just hold down the button until it stops firing, how many do we have left after that? Oh, that does count all the way down then. For some reason, I thought that it would go down by an amount, but that's how much bullet you get, and then you reload it. And then what's the secondary on it? Okay, I'm not really sure of the range on that, but that uses 3 apiece, I think it said. All right. So, yeah, because ammunition is in such short supply, I usually feel disincentivized to do a lot of experimentation. Of course, you could test it out and then reload from a save, but I found the weapons that I really like. Big fan of the pulse gun. By the way, that's the grenade that I basically used once by mistake. Oh, and let's check out the flamethrower, the flame wall. I think I might have done this one time by accident. I feel like every time I don't use the secondary weapons, like secondary effects, there's a developer somewhere that weeps softly because they worked really hard on them. Okay, that is 100% how I... Does this hurt Isaac? It does. You guys, that's how I died that time. What was it, last episode? I was like, I don't know what just exploded, but suddenly Isaac was standing inside a fire and I couldn't get out. That's what it was. I legitimately was not sure until just now. Oh, and another surprise, and I understand why it's like this, but when you throw like a big box at somebody and it just bounces off of it, it's just, this box seems really heavy, and Isaac seems to throw it really hard. From a balancing perspective, I think it's a really bad idea to give the players like a huge wrecking ball that they can just slam into guys over and over. Even if it only knocks them down, I feel like that would be really unbalanced unless they found something else to do. But also the fact that it does nothing is a little surprising. It's fine the way that it is. This game very much wants you to use the bone spears as your kinesis weapon, and then your weapons to do the actual damage. But yeah, it was always a little bit... If you hit somebody with like, I don't know, part of a fleshy torso, I can understand that, but the boxes are big. They seem like they'd need 2 people to move most of the time. And then Game of Shadows says, yep, the first one, just watched it last week. Oh, it was in Nightmare on Elm Street. Yes, that's where it was. So, yeah, I think that there's probably lots of cool little Easter eggs that are hidden in these non-English graffitis. Oh, and then, it's Scientology, right? I mean, this is like, what if Scientology was true? So a real Scientologist believed that humans are inhabited by the souls of aliens or something like that. I don't know. Go figure out Scientology, because I can't explain it to you. But this is like, what if Scientology was real? What if Scientology was based around worshiping these alien markers, except there really was an alien marker, and also humanity is making one? What was EarthGov trying to do? I think it gets established at some point that the markers are potential sources of like near infinite energy. It's just that they also cause all sorts of like madness in people around them. So what if we could have the energy but minus the madness? Don't really get that worked out at any point that I remember, but that's why they might have tried to build one. That didn't really seem to come up in this game at all, in terms of like, why were they trying to experiment with the marker? Like, God, I'm so curious what some of this stuff says. It just seems to me like a device that only makes people insane and then monstrously, ravenously hungry for human flesh. Seems like the sort of thing that you can just do without. But hey, that's me. I feel like maybe I'm a little bit more responsible than the folks in Dead Space. There we go. Those are all my thoughts on Dead Space. This game, this was great. I would like to call it a real triumph of a remake. I don't really remember the original clearly enough to list out all of the other things that it might have done super well. But in terms of, I am revisiting this game. I mean, what was 2008? Then it would be 2018 and 2028. So not quite 28 years later, or sorry, 20 years later. this game was a lot of fun to revisit. It's very, very well put together. If you have noticed any hitching in the VODs, like just little minor micro stutters, that is in the game. Like when you're seeing that, that's what I was seeing on the screen. This game does have a little bit of traversal stutter, but never in a way that interfered with its feel when you were in combat or during a cutscene or anything like that. So yeah, I would definitely keep an eye out for this one. And if you've never played Dead Space before, there's no better way to do it. My final thought is it is going to be an enduring bummer that they do not now allow Motive to remake Dead Spaces 2 and 3. We were talking about it a little bit at various points in this playthrough, but I just cannot possibly imagine what it seems to me like. Once they had all of the baseline work to have this game in existence, to then take their knowledge of the engine and the assets that they already had and rework them into a full-chested remake of Dead Space 2 and 3 would frankly have been the easier of the projects. I feel like the next two remakes would have been less expensive and more efficient to do because of how skilled and experienced the team already was with the toolset. The idea that they will not apparently ever remake those two games, that's really, really, really disappointing. And it does make, the original, or at least the PC ports of Dead Space 2 and 3 still the way to experience those games. But man, is that disappointing. I feel like, this is just from a layman's perspective, EA always had outsized, unrealistic expectations for the Dead Space franchise after the first one, and I guess it's lucky that we got the 3 that we did, but man, if only this series had been allowed to develop and flourish. There was a period in time when it felt like Dead Space was really going to be the launch of a huge franchise. They had novellas, they had an animated film. I remain extremely surprised that they have not adapted this franchise into a full live-action television series or a movie. It seems ideally suited for it, but they just haven't done that, and it's very, very disappointing that we're not going to get to see a Dead Space 2 or 3 remake. I would have snapped them up in a heartbeat, and if they'd been if they'd been this quality, I don't want to say half the quality. If they'd been this quality, I really would have been very happy with it. That's it. Thank you guys so much for joining for this full playthrough of Dead Space, the 2023 remake, and we will see you guys again for many wonderful playthroughs in the future. And until next time, I hope you guys have a great night.